Hello, and welcome to 20 Minutes, episode 22, titled Things I Want to Do. That may be part 1, 2, or 3, or 4 at this point. I think 2. So, in this video, I want to express things I want to do. I'm going to articulate things I want to do. And a lot of those are like self-improvement things and my butt chin bothers me, and now that I bring it up, everyone else will notice. Gives me a nice line down my face, but this is like a result of me just not being comfortable with myself, afraid to look in the mirror, whatever. But so I bring that up because it's things I want to work on, but more so than that, I also want to express the things I want to do that you, yes, you, the viewer, might be interested in. So, I will start stating these things. There's, of course, many things I want to do. In the category of things people watching this video may be interested in, there is, of course, this podcast, 20 minutes, that I want to create. Ideally on a daily basis, less ideally on a 5-day-a-week basis. Maybe 5-day-a-week is better than 7, I don't know. Now that I think about it a little more. Well, yeah, just a little more. I've thought about it for a decent amount of time. And I could expand upon the specifics of it. Expound. Maybe I should turn a bit more. Ideally. There's a lot of ideals I'm looking for, and I'm never going to quite reach them. Or will I? Yeah. I just want to work through questions. I don't like where I'm at right now. I'm stuck. I need to keep listing the things I want to do. That's 1, create this podcast, 20 minutes. 2, I want to make music. 3, I want to make other videos. 4, I want to do stuff I find fun, and I can probably record myself having that fun, and maybe people would be interested in the things I have fun doing. Okay, so there's some things I want to do. What else? I'm also interested in making movies. That's a tough one. That's very complex. There's a lot of things that go into a movie, even if you're just to make some type of Machinima or Warcraft 3 type Halo 2 movie, Even just that involves a lot in the process. At least I have like a base understanding of that. Oh, so on the topic of videos, there's a lot of various videos. There's a lot of categories there. I want to do analysis of things. I want to make funny videos, I guess. I like comedy. There's stuff I find funny. I want to express my opinions on things, and that's one thing I'm scared to do, though. The next episode of this, possibly the last if I get instant, but I probably won't because I'll attempt to speak within the, I don't know, I don't want to quite call it the Overton window, but maybe the correct definition or the correct way to say it is I'm going to try to speak in the Overton window in the video. But the next episode of 20 minutes might be, one of the future episodes will be me attempting to express my unpopular opinions, things I believe other people or a large majority of people who aren't me may disagree with. Okay. Here I am trying to strike while the iron's hot because I felt like speaking some. And then, of course, as soon as I start actually recording and talking, it's a lot tougher to put my thoughts into words. as I expressed in my last video. This one I think is a little better. I angled it and I got maybe better lighting. That's something to work on. Of course, that's the thing I want to do. I just never get around to it because there's so much other things to do. There's so much to do and so little time. So very little time we get on this world. I could go for thousands upon thousands of years. I wouldn't mind sitting around for decades, but decades are longer than some people are gifted to live on this earth. And I don't know if the human race even has decades to live. It's a little off topic, but those are topics I'd be interested in creating videos discussing. And I guess a large part of how I would express these opinions is through this 20 minutes podcast. To explain in detail more my philosophy on the content I'm going to create rather than the categories and specific videos. So I'll do that. I'll try to express my philosophy a bit on what I want to do. And that's to, of course, create things I would be willing to watch. I don't want to create junk that I wouldn't be willing to watch. Another thing is, I want to make unedited content. Uncut. So, in a sense, live. Yeah, just unedited, uncut. I want it all to be done live. I want it to be a performance rather. And of course, edited content is a performance, but there's a difference there. And of course, I also want to make edited content because there's only so much you can do without, cutting or doing animation, all sorts of stuff. There's only so much you can do without editing. But, I know a lot of people edit themselves for videos like this. So I'll speak for 20 minutes here, and I'm going to cut the video as close to that 20-minute mark as I can. But there's many people who might record an hour worth of them speaking into the camera as I am, or speaking into the microphone and attempting to look into the camera a bit more because I think that's something that's valuable for the video and that improves the quality of it. Because I don't quite want to watch myself looking at myself. Like, if I'm watching this specific video, I don't want to watch myself. I don't want to watch myself on the screen, looking at myself on the screen. There needs to be some break where I'm looking at whoever is watching, okay? And I don't think I mind so much staring down the camera and speaking entirely to the camera. But I think that might be a little uncomfortable at points. And I think there's value in looking off. And of course, I do that just naturally when I'm trying to think. And so, one inspiration for me is a guy, I believe, named Tim Tyler. And he does videos. I think he's some guy who went to MIT. So pretty smart. And he's very articulate and concise with his videos. The information in his videos is immensely dense. And he doesn't have a bunch of that filler BS on either side or the sponsored ads. Oh, jeez, that stuff drives me crazy. I get it, right? The whole model is based off advertising. And this gets more into... This is one of the things I would classify as an unpopular opinion that I probably shouldn't even delve into this. But, yeah, my philosophy urges me away from sponsorships and stuff that interrupts the videos. But then, of course, the only way content creators make money on this platform is through ads, I believe. I don't know. I haven't made money on on YouTube yet. So, but of course, Google or Alphabet, who owns YouTube, makes money off more than just the advertisements that run on their platform. They make money off the data. And yeah, off the data. I was trying to think of other things they make money off of, but I'm not quite sure. Besides the data they use, like the data they gather is pretty encompassing. Alright. I think I knocked my camera a bit. Alright. YouTube makes money off the data. Content creators only make it off the advertisements. So that's what I'm trying to get at is these in video sponsorships bother me, but the only way it's unavoidable because the method of making money is through advertisements. So even if it's not an in-video paid sponsorship thing, it's an indirect advertisement, but before or at the end of the video or whatever. Every 5 seconds, two at the start of the video, back to back, unskippable. I remember when you could skip almost any ad after 5 seconds. But yeah, advertisements. So I'm getting lost in the weeds here a bit, but I find it important. Or I stumbled upon this topic of advertisement, and it's something I feel strongly about, and it's an unpopular opinion, so I'm trying to be careful about how I express myself here. And maybe it was a mistake to try to explicate. I need to look up words and check my understanding of them. So one interesting part of growing up is going back to things you previously encountered. And that's something I've done a lot over the last, let's say, 6 years. Is going back to all these things I encountered growing up as a child. And understanding them in different ways. And I guess that's something you can always continue to do. I don't really want to consume in these videos, not much. Anything besides pure water, I guess. But I went for... yeah, so... I don't know. I've wasted too much time. And that's one thing that bothers me. It's really tough to fill in 20 minutes of time with valuable content on the fly. Valuable spoken word. And that brought my mind to Terence McKenna, because that's something he seemed to do very well, is speak interesting dialogue on the fly. And after I discovered and started listening to him... Okay, I'm getting lost here, because that could be a whole 20-minute segment. It's just, well, not just my relation to Terence McKenna, but psychedelics as well, because he's like largely tethered to that in my understanding of him because I haven't listened to him for much else. Of course, he's got like the I Ching or whatever it is, where you flip a coin and all you need is 3 pennies and you can flip them enough times to figure out anything. That's very basic, probably very wrong understanding of what the I Ching is. And when I say that, I don't even know that that's the name for it. It's probably some other name that I don't quite remember. So I apologize for bastardizing that. But content I want to create, things I want to do, of course, get strong, always gets put off. Never, if I could just pull myself together with, feels like I've discovered almost every good thing I need to do to live like the perfect life. But it's just this lack of this finite willpower. And so what needs to be done is to tap into there's no option, it has to be done. And if I'm at that point, I feel like I can accomplish almost anything. If I'm like, oh, I need to speak to anyone, literally anyone in the world, and if I had like the determination that I had to speak to them within 24 hours or 6 hours, I feel like I could find some way to get it done. If I had to I'm trying to think of if I had to clone myself or go back in time, it seems possible to my naive mind that if I really, 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 really put myself to making a time machine, it seems possible, given the best set of circumstances. But that brings me to probabilities. I think anything is possible, but it's a matter of probabilities. There's a possibility of anything. I don't know, something about Nietzsche's demon. It's that idea that it's like that's sort of what I'm getting at. It's like it could be I could be in the Matrix and it's only for me and everyone else is NPCs, or I'm even an NPC. That's the interesting thing, is yourself. Well, maybe that's the uninteresting thing, is that you find out you're an NPC and you're like, what do? I pass butter. And yeah, what do you do when you find out you're the butter passing robot? I mean, the best thing you can do is be the best butter passing robot you can be. But it's just do you want to do you accept that? And then what if you die and maybe you don't find out, maybe like everything ends there, but a full understanding of it could be that, maybe you weren't actually the butter passing robot. You were meant to evolve and find out that you can also pass jam and peanut butter, or you can you play tic-tac-toe the best out of any robot, and you could keep escalating up to whatever, like, I was a butter passing robot, but I solved world peace because I found my true meaning, and then I solved world peace. People thought I was a butter passing robot, and I don't know what I'm trying to get at here. Apparently it's something decent because I'm laughing and smiling, and I think I'm funny and interesting and whatever. I hate what I'm saying there. It's garbage. Like, I think this, but stating it is a different thing. And what do I want to do? I don't know. I'm sorry. I apologize to anyone watching this. Low quality. But I had to try, and I'm gonna upload this anyway. So thank you for watching.